This conference will now be recorded.
So uh, were you all able to complete that exercise, the list, arrays? Everyone is good with the exercise. We're discussing about list of a subject, right? So what is list? List is collection of ordered elements. List is a collection of ordered elements, right? When you declare a list will, when you declare a list will uh, can be used by allocating memory, and then list is dynamically increase its size when you add element, and it reduces its size when you remove the element. And list has instance methods like adding element into particular index, replace element, right? We have seen methods, primitive list of primitive type. We have seen other methods and demo. And last session we have seen a list of S objects. So if you declare a list of I need a list of contact and add 3 records into it. So every element is going to be in the contact type, a contact record. So the variable C1 is of contact type. So I can add a contact record as element into this list, right? So every element is added at the end if you don't specify the index. Okay, so and how to initialize a list while declaring. So this is array format. Similarly, list of string cities, new list of string. Instead of constructor, you open braces and give all the values. Okay. Similarly, for your list of S object, how do you initialize? So list of contact, list name equal to new list of contact, and you provide the element here. While declaring a list, initialize with the values. Okay. And we have seen how to loop the list. I need to display the list element one by one in the log. So we can use the traditional for loop, or we can use the for each loop. So for each loop, very specific to Apex environment. So we have a keyword for variable colon list name. So right side you will refer the list name. The left side, what is the data type of the list? Right? So say for example here, I would like to uh, loop uh, the list OPP list. Okay, so I have some 5 opportunity record. I need to display one by one in the log. So in the right side of the colon, you refer the list name, and the left side, you just declare a variable of list type. Because what happens? Every looping, every iteration, one element from the list will copy to this variable every time, right? So iteration 1, the first element will move to, will copy to OP, then goes to the logic. Then again it takes another element and copy to OP. So that's how it goes. So when the last element is processed, the loop will come out. When last element is processed, the loop will come out. Okay, we need not increment the counter and initialize the counter. So its for each loop syntax will take care of process the element till to the end. Got me? It's good. Everyone is good with this? So what was the exercise I given here? Okay. So we're trying to understand the list of opportunities with 5 records into it, right? And we initialize 5 records and display the opportunity one by one in the log. We do like this. And I need only the name, then op.name, because every iteration the op is going to have one opportunity record from this list. Then how do you refer the fields from the record? With dot notation, dot name, right? So here I display the name only if amount is greater than 0. So op.amount is greater than 5,000, display it. Display opportunity name only if opportunity is close to 1. So we go with the stage field. People got this? So we have either or condition. So we use pipe symbol here. Okay. And if opportunity is not closed, then we're using not equal. And sum up all the opportunities, right? So I need to sum up all the opportunities. We go with this format. Everyone is good with this type, the examples. I have a list of string. Okay. I have some course name here. Requirement. Right. And my requirement is to display the course name. Right. How to do this? For what is the right side? Courses. The left side? String. Any variable. Am I right? You got this. The for each loop. Like this. Right. I have like this. I'm going to initialize the list of account. I'll go to this. Display the account record in the log using for each loop. I will do for accounts left side the list type. That's it. All right. So only if the industry is energy, display what account name. So this how we'll do the for loop. If a dot industry equal to energy, then what are you going to display? I'm going to display the name a dot name. We will go to this. Okay. Now get all the account names into another collection. So what I need now, get all the name from the list and move into another collection. Get all the names one by one from the list, the account name from this list, and store it into another collection. Okay, get all the account names into another collection. So right, so what I need, a dot name. So where I need to get this into another collection. So what is the data type of the name? String. So when you are moving all the string into another list, a collection, then that's going to be a list of string. I'm going to collect all the account names. So before I adding element, I'm going to initialize the list. So now I'm going to add account name into this list within the for loop. So what are you going to do? Dot, we are going to add element to the list using add method. So what element? A dot name. We will go to this. Able to follow all of you? So get all the account names from the list and move into another collection and copy into another collection. So right, we declare a list of string here because the name is a string type. So we declare a list of string. Okay, this time I need all phone numbers. Get all the phone numbers into another collection. So again, the same thing I'm going to repeat. The same thing I'm going to repeat. So we are going to get the phone numbers. Okay. So this is a list we are going to populate. So what are you going to get here? Phone numbers. A dot phone. It's clear to all of you? How do you process the list? It's clear to all of you? Okay, now we are going to see a simple format of SOQL. SOQL is a query language of Salesforce. A query language of Salesforce. Okay, how do you get data from your database? We need to submit a query. Okay, how do you get all the account records from the database? Okay, I need only account records which are created today. So I have different based on different condition. I need data from table. Okay, when you write your controller, so where you need to get the data from the database and display into the UI, right? So that's a usual scenario. So how do you display the records in the UI? I should be able to get the data from database and display here. So we need a language to interact with the database. The language is called query language. The query language is used to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, so this is a short form of is an abbreviation of Salesforce Object Query Language. Okay, so you're going to see only the simple syntax of SOQL, not the complete syntax. The complete syntax will take care of will cover in the separate topic. Okay, so there are some real-time good examples we can see when you combine SOQL and list. When you combine SOQL and list topics, the concept, then you can see a better example to understand how the list and SOQL works together. Okay, so right, in order to explain that, we are going to take a simple example of SOQL. So SOQL is an abbreviation of Salesforce Object Query Language. It's having a syntax keyword select, and whatever field you need, you'll refer with comma separated, and from keyword and object name. Right? So this is the simplest syntax of your SOQL. Okay. Suppose I have requirement fetch name of the account, phone, rating, field of account object. Okay. I need name, phone, rating of account objects from account object. So all you do, select keyword, name, phone, rating from account. Okay, so SOQL is a case insensitive language. Your Apex, we are going to use this in your Apex. So Apex is always case insensitive, but for a better readability, we follow some naming convention, like start with caps, your keyword start with caps, and class starts with caps. Okay, sometimes this naming convention will differ from project to project. Okay, they will follow their own naming convention, right? So this is how you'll get the data. We'll got this. So fetch name, stage name, amount, close rate of all opportunities. Right, I need a name, stage name, amount, close rate of all opportunities. Select from opportunity, your object name. You got this? Fetch name, we'll go with the custom object. I have a custom object called department. else I go with training. I have a custom object called training, where I have a field name, status. Okay, it's a pick list field, which has not started, in progress, completed. There are three different types of pick list field I have. Okay, so I need the name of the name and status of all training records. So against the custom object, select name status from training double underscore C. Got me? So this is the simplest form of your SOQL. Okay. So, and we are going to add one more keyword in the syntax. The keyword, which is optional, limit n. So what is this? N denotes a number of rows to be fetched. Okay. How the data is stored in the database? From the order the data is stored in the database, you can fetch only the specified number of records. Limit 5, only 5 records will be fetched. Limit 10, only 10 records will be fetched. Heard me? People follow this? Fetch the first 10 account records with name, rating, industry, and annual revenue. Okay, I need to get all these fields from account object. Select right from account limit 10. Okay, we will follow this. So where to execute this? Where to execute this? I can execute in the developer console. In developer console, I can execute in query editor. There is a tab called query editor in developer console. So there I can debug the SOQL statement. Okay, developer console. So at the bottom of the developer console, we have a query editor. So here I can execute all my queries and see the result at the top. So this is a place of your debug your code. See, in case when you copy paste, you'll have a space in the beginning, right? So that's not allowed. Okay, in the query editor, the space is not allowed in front of your query. When you execute this, you'll get an issue, right? So make sure you remove that space when you try any query here. So click execute, I get the result at the top. So there are 12 account records in the database, and I need name, phone, rating. Got it? It's clear, right? So I need only 5 records from the database. So I limit the result. Limit it, right? People could do this. Okay, I think it's all user friendly. Just one more. Okay, so opportunity. I get all the records. There are 32 records. Limit by 20. I need only one record. Limit by 1. Right? So do not worry about the the various no elements of SOQL. I mean the detailed syntax that can be discussed later. Okay. Now idea is to we are going to combine SOQL with the list. Okay. So that's the reason we have seen just a simple syntax of SOQL, just only with the limit class, one just with the only limit keyword. Okay. But we have the complete syntax. Okay, that will be discussed in the later part of the uh, session. Okay, I mean, might be next week we'll cover that SOQL, right? So now I can use query editor. Okay, so in the query editor I can run, and in my Apex environment, in my Apex class, how we are going to execute the SOQL query? In Apex environment, we are going to execute the SOQL within square bracket. Within square bracket. Got me? Within square bracket I execute it. So when you execute the SOQL query here, what it is returning actually? People can understand here. What it is returning? It's going to return the result. It's going to return the result in the form of more than one opportunity record. It returns more than one opportunity record. The database may not have record. The database, the opportunity object may have one record or multiple records. Okay, but how to process this in your Apex environment, right? We are not sure how many records there in the database. So when you do this query in your Apex environment, we are going to specify the query within square bracket. This is a one format. Okay, what we are seeing here is a one format to understand our, to proceed further with the list examples. Okay, right. So we refer the query within the square bracket. So what it's going to return? It's going to return a list of opportunity. It's going to return a list of opportunity, right? So a left side, I'm going to store all the result into list of opportunity and name of the list. It's clear? We don't allocate any memory for the list here because the return type of this is going to be a list of opportunity, integer I equal to 5, right? So 5 can be directly stored into I. Got me? 5 can be directly stored into I. So the right side, the query is going to return a list of opportunity. So why we say list of opportunity? Because the from keyword is against the object opportunity, right? So even though your database contains one record, we are not sure about whether it's a one record or multiple records. So we always go with the list of opportunity. The query is always going to return list of S object. What is S object? Whatever object against which object we run your query, that object name you will refer it. You will follow this? So how do you execute your query in Apex environment within square bracket SOQL? It's going to return list of S object type. The generic object type I am giving. So this is a syntax. Am I right? This is a syntax. You will follow this. Okay. So fetch a name, rating, and of account records, of all account records. Yes, query results always going to be in a list. So into a list. So what are you going to do? Okay. List of account like this. So we'll go to this. Okay. So fetch status of all training records and store it in the collection. Stop. All right. Get all this. From case list of case record cases, whatever. Okay, this is how we'll do it. We'll go to this. So where I can test this query, where I can test if it is a Apex, any Apex code you like to test in your developer console. Okay, without going with a complete class and method, I like to test a piece of Apex code. Where I can test, open execute anonymous window. Am I right? So this is a place I can enter my Apex code. Got me? So I go like this. Okay, right. So let's display this. What I'm going to display? The list. We already seen this, how to display. I'm just display whether we got how the data is. Right? So we got the data. I just copy only few records for reference. Okay. So this one we executed. Okay. I got the output like this. For the opportunity record. Okay. The first one, first opportunity. Only just two opportunity records I took. From the result, only two opportunity record I took. So what are the fields we got? Name, stage name, amount, close date. Okay. And what else? What else it's retrieved? The ID is by default is part of your result. Okay. When you do SQL against your database, what happens? ID is a part of your result. Even if you specify ID here, you specify ID here or not, irrespective of the ID you specify in the query, the ID is a part of your SQL because we are retrieving the data from the database. So ID is always a part of it. We'll follow this. Okay. Now this is an index 0. No, ma, oh, it will not come twice. No, no, no. Right. So even if you, right, and this is this is an index one, right? The list element is always indexed only, right? It is an index 0, it is index 1. Like that it continues. Okay. Suppose I limit the result. I do not need all the records from the database. I limit it by only 5 records or 3 records, right? Okay. I just got only 3 records. People got this? So limit the result by limit keyword. Limit the number of rows. Only this many number of rows I need. Right? People got this? Okay. Now you can write the other examples. You can write as usual. Right? Instead of creating our own record like this hard coded, we get the records from the database, and then it's going to be a regular process, right? How to get the name from the list, get only the name into another collection, get the phone number into another collection. So that's going to be continued. The only changes what we did here, instead of building our opportunity record here, we would like to process the records from the database. So we run our SQL and get the data and store it into list, right? Real time, what you will do, you like to get the data from the database and do some process and do some modification, then again update back to the database. Okay, so insert, update, data manipulation, that's going to be another topic. We'll discuss how to do the change, how to change your data in the database, how to modify the data. So for that, to modify the data in the database, I need to first fetch the data, right? That's what the SQL is used. First I need to get the data, then modify it, and then update back to the table. Okay, so when you do the modification, I need some temporary a memory storage, a temporary variable, right? I need some local variable to store all the data, then I modify it and again update back to the database. So the reason, right, we are using list, a list, and in local variables or arrays. So all those are temp variables to store the values for your process, to process the value, to modify the value, right? Then you update back to the database. Okay, so we have seen now how to get the data from database, how to store it into local variable, right? So these two things we have seen. That's what we are covering now. You'll follow this. Okay, now we'll see an Visualforce Apex example of your list. Okay, now we'll see Visualforce Apex example of your list. So this is a list I have. This is a list I have in my controller side. We will go to this. So this is a list I have. Okay, right. We already covered this similar example with the array, right? Array is also a collection of elements only. Okay, right. So in Visualforce page, which component I can use to display this list of account record? Which component? Okay. In your Apex environment, if I like to display the account records one by one, what you will use? For each loop or traditional for loop I can use to display the account records in your Apex. To get account record one by one, right? Individually, one by one, in the iteration, then we'll go with for each loop or traditional for loop. Similarly, in Visualforce page, whenever you say I need to process more than one value, I need to do the looping, then it's always going to be a page block table, data list, or repeat. I can use any of this component, right? Right. We are going to take a component example here, data table. Right. All the looping component, either it's a it can be a data table or page break table, repeat or data list. It has a two attribute we need to refer mandatorily, value and where. So value attribute is going to refer the collection variable. It can be an array or it can be list or it can be other collection type. So we are going to refer in the form of expression. And here we are going to declare a variable a. So it like the format looks like your for each loop. Okay, ACC list at the right side and left side we are going to have a variable. Got me? So this is nothing but this is exactly similar to your the where what you are giving here. Right? People got this? So that's how you do it, right? So data table. Okay, so yes is list referred here. Right. So any collection variable you're referring here, how it should be in your any variable you're referring Visual Force page, how it should be in your Apex class, that should be a get set variable. That's all. So what you're going to do here in Apex environment, you're going to make this as a get set variable and with a public access modifier. People could do this public access modifier, okay, and with the get set property. So now I can refer this ACC list, okay, right. So when the page is loaded, I need to display the data. When the page is loaded, I need to display the name, phone, rating, and all. Then what you'll do, you'll keep the query inside the constructor because constructor block will execute first, right? When the page is loaded, the method which is going to be executed first is going to be a constructor block. Got me? So I'll keep this code inside the constructor. So when the page uploads, I get all the data for your value attribute variable referred here. Then I'll go with a column component to refer the field individually, name, phone, rating, account, and all. People go do this. Is that clear to all? Everyone? So within your constructor, right? So we're going to make this as a property with the public access modifier. So this is my semicolon. Data table value that. So here we are going to have for ACC list A whatever. just to give the label. Am I right? So whatever field the list contains, only those field you can refer. Name, phone, rating. Name,
Sir, here in the value, whatever the names you are fields you are giving, name, phone, and other fields, the first letter should be capital or small. Is there any rule?
no,
Like,
no, no, no naming convention. No, it's not case sensitive. You
okay,
can follow it. For
okay,
a better readability, we follow some naming convention. That's all.
okay.
So we got this data. No format, no formatting. Just a table format is applied. It's in the form of table, but we can apply the right cell padding. It means adding space between the content of the cell and the wall of the cell. So adding space, right? Adding borders. Just adding the borders at the okay, and adding some row wise line rules. Okay, just simple formatting. Anyway, so this is how you display the data from list Apex into your Visual Force environment. I like to limit the result by 5. Only 5 records going to be displayed here. Okay, so this example you already seen in arrays as well. So right, so try to display all these things. Okay, so display case records with the case number, status, origin, reason, and VF page. Okay, so get the records from the database and display in VF page. Display the lead records with fields, last name. So get the record from the VF controller side and display in VF page. Okay, so this is a list. Right. So we're going to cover the rest of the collection type. We're going to cover the rest of the collection type. Okay, so before I go to the rest of the collection type, we'll see. So we just deal with uh, one list now, 1 minute. So what I need now, I'm going to have a UI here. Okay, in UI, okay, so this example I think probably you will discuss about after we cover the other collection type. Right. We'll move on to the another collection type called set. Okay, I'm trying to find out, connect the better examples to uh, your list, set, map, the other collection types, so that we'll move with a different set of examples. So that we will, okay, I'm trying to find an approach to uh, give you a simple form so that you can follow the content, follow the know the new topic. So we are going to discuss about another collection type called set. A list we already discussed. A list is a collection of ordered elements. Okay, it can accept duplicate, and every element is indexed. Every element is indexed in the list, right? So next to list, we have another collection type called set, which is called a collection of, which is defined as collection of unique elements. Okay, when you say unique elements, it does not accept, it does not contain duplicate. Okay, it will ignore the duplicate values. Okay, and it is not indexed. It is not indexed also, like your list, the element is not indexed. It means the order of insertion, the order of insertion cannot be maintained in the set. So whatever order you insert the element will not be insert into the set the same order you insert. So that's going to be your list, right? List will maintain the order of insertion. Okay, and list element are indexed, but this set is, elements are called unique elements, unique collection of unique elements. The elements are not indexed. Okay, and it ignores duplicates. Okay, similar to your list, set keyword, data type, set name. Got me? Set of, right? Line names. So basically, we'll use set to store the unique elements, roll numbers. Okay, then the elements cannot be duplicated. Employee IDs. What is this? Set of ID. ID is also a primitive type, right? All the account record IDs I would like to store in a set, because set is not going to have a duplicate. You cannot have a duplicate element into the set. So set is again a class, right? Every collection type is an inbuilt class. So how will you refer the process with the, how will you allocate a memory for a class? How will you allocate a memory for a class variable? With a new keyword, emp names new. right? New, open and close, right? So this is a constructor of the class set. Is a constructor. Using constructor method without argument, we allocate a memory. Okay, the constructor without argument we use to allocate a memory. So like this. Okay, now we're going to see the instance methods of set class, right? So we have instance methods to process your set. Similar to your list, we have a method called add. So how to add element into the set? So suppose this is my set. I'm going to add for employee names. Me. Right. What I did actually, I'm trying to add some element, and I duplicated some element as well, and I'm going to display this in the log. Right. Execute. Method does not exist. Oh, sorry. Very sorry. It's instance method, right? So dot for which set we are going to add elements, right? Where would you like to add elements for to this set? Follow this instance method. So instance name, instance nothing but object, right? Object name dot add method. So what happened to Suresh? That's what I wanted to explain. Okay, that's what I wanted to explain. That's the intention of this example. What happens when you give duplicate value? What I mentioned in the beginning, it ignores the duplicates, right? So we repeated Suresh, we repeated Kiran. Okay, so what happens? Only the unique elements are retained. Only unique elements are retained. Okay, it ignores, it won't give any error. Okay, it won't throw any error, but it will ignore the duplicate values, and values are automatically sorted in ascending order. Okay, it's a string, so alphabetical ascending order, the values are ordered. Okay, the important point here is it ignores duplicate. It ignores duplicates. So that's right. That's how it's defined as it's a collection of unique elements. Unique, no duplicates. Okay, got me? That's what you see in this example. Add all method is there from one set to another set how to copy. Okay, from one set to another set how to copy the. So like your add all list, we have method add all list, right? Similarly, add all, either you can pass a set or list, whatever. Okay, right. So I have a one set here, set of string. Okay, I have set called new employees, new set of string, right? Okay, right. So I have some employees in this list, new employees dot add some employees here. Okay, so now my objective is add all these employee names into new employee set. Add these employee names into new employee set. So we are going to do new employees dot add all. So when you say add all, we are not going to pass one element here, a collection. It can be a set or list. So here I'm going to pass emp names. That's all. So what will happen? Now all the values from these emp names will add to this set. Will add to this set. We'll follow this. So the final one I'm going to display. I already have some two employees in this new employees, and now along with that I'm going to add all these employees. I'm going to add all emp names into new employees. Then finally display this. People got this? So this output I got. Right? So it arranged automatically in this sorted order. And all the elements from emp names is added to the new employees. Will follow this? Okay. You can also pass list also here. Okay. List also you can pass. When you pass list with the duplicate element, list can have duplicate element, right? But set will ignore the duplicate element. Okay. Right. Remove method. So whatever element you pass here, that will be removed. Okay. The matching element in the set will be removed. Okay. Remove the employee Praveen from the set from new employees. I need to remove an employee Praveen from the new employee list. So what you'll do? So next to this, I'm going to execute. From where I'm going to remove? New employees, remove whom you are going to remove, that element value you have to pass. Okay, it's not an indexed collection, right? So you have to pass element value. So final set new employees. People got this? This is a final set we got. Okay. Okay, so this is what I wanted to execute. Right? So we removed Praveen here. So Praveen is removed from the set. Remove element. Remove element. Contains, similar to your list method, to check whether the element is exist or not. To check whether the element is exist or not, right? So if an employee Praveen exists or not. Okay, whether this element is there in the uh, set or not. Right? It's going to return Boolean. Got me? Praveen is found, else I'm going to display not found. So next to this will display and see, because Praveen is removed, right? Praveen is removed from the set. So not found, right? We got a result not found. So remove the element. Okay, and we have a methods is empty, right? We have method clear to clear all the set. We have method size to get all the size of the set, the size of all the elements in the set, total number of elements in the set, right? These are the important methods. Okay, and here we also have a methods contains all. Okay, contains all. Retain method. So whatever element we specify that will be retained, that can be continued tomorrow. Okay, these are the methods we also can deal with. So we continue tomorrow with the set and map. Another collection type we are going to see tomorrow is map also. Okay, and then we'll also combine examples we'll see along with set, collections and SOQL. So that's the objective tomorrow. So we're going to continue with the collections with SOQL examples and another new collection type map.
Uh, Ranjit,
Hmm.
actually, I'm hometown tomorrow, so I might not be attending. So weekend you will not be having classes, right? Because I just wanted to confirm.
Who is this, no?
I'm Sharath actually.
Your
Uh,
7 a.m. batch only, right?
yeah. I
Okay.
hope you don't take weekend classes. Just wanted to know because, like, since you skipped
No,
yesterday,
no,
I
no,
don't.
no. Oh, no, ma. We have some uh, another
Thank
session
you.
on the weekend. Yeah, no session on the weekend. Okay.
And Ranjit, are you doing any admin courses parallelly anywhere? You're taking some admin courses.
Yeah, I just started 10:30 a.m. batch, regular and
Oh,
online together. 10:30 IST time.
10:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Right. So I believe all of you are able to follow the development part. Is that right? Everyone is able to follow? Able to catch up the things?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Clear.
Okay. See, make sure to complete the exercise, ma. Whatever the PDF document I uploaded a day before last week. Okay. So make sure to complete all the exercise. You'll get clarity. Okay. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to continue with the collection style. See you all tomorrow.
Ranjit, where you
Yeah.
uploaded the question and answer for admin and development in this chatter?
For yes, you see here, right? The PDF document, the exercise document.
No, no, this is the exercise. I'm asking about the question along with the answer.
You try the see. I already covered the answers in the notepad session, so you should be able to do this. Don't expect answer again for this. It's repeated example. Try to
No,
complete this.
not for this. I think for that Facebook page you uploaded one document along with the key questions or answer, right? That is there. Huh?
It is there, ma. For admin answers are there. Development will post entry questions later.
Okay, okay, okay. Thanks.
Okay. Right. See you all tomorrow.